One of the most anticipated action figures of the year is Tony the Tiger? Yes, it is actually. This thing is so cool. Let's open it up, check it out, and of course do some toy photography. Hey Tony, I like the things you do. Hey Tony, if I could, I would be you. And now I have an action figure of you. If I told you in like 2020 that you would be so excited in 2025 for a Frosted Flakes Tony the Tiger action figure, you would not believe me. You wouldn't. Yet here we are, highly anticipating this Tony the Tiger action figure by Jada Toys. I mean, all signs are telling me that this figure's gonna be a slam dunk. Seriously though, it's true. With the track record that Jada Toys has been having recently, this thing's gonna be so awesome. I'm so excited, and I love the way they do the boxes here. I absolutely love it. It looks like a cereal box. It's got this very satisfying magnet opening window. You know, like, that's so cool. And they have to put action figure on the front. I mean, I guess they don't have to, but it is smart, because without that, one would probably just think, oh, why is there a box of Frosted Flakes in the action figure section? We got a mini box, we've got a basketball, we've got a spoonful of Frosted Flakes and everything in here. So what is there not to be excited about? For all generations, it's Tony, one and only Tiger, one and only taste. Finish it for me. Great. Okay, this is starting out to be quite the cringy video, and I'm sorry. By the way, if you literally just said great while staring at your screen, you are awesome. I hope that some people did that. If not, that's cool too. Make sure you like and subscribe. By the way, if you want to pick this figure up, if you'd like to get this great figure yourself, head over to entertainmentearth.com. I've got the link in the description, as well as my discount code, my affiliate link. If you use it, it helps me out. If anyone who watches this video is anything like me, which I think we have a lot in common, I think you and I, we do. You'll probably want this guy. So if you want it, head to the link in the description. I've got it down there for you. By the way, too, really quick, I'm going actually full-time with Sirdork in YouTube next month, which is very exciting to me. So thank you all so much for anyone who's watched a video. What that means is I'm going to be dumping way more content and videos on this channel going forward. I'm already doing 2+ a week. I'm hoping to do 3+ and live streams, a whole lot more. So if you're not subscribed, definitely make sure so you can get all the great action figure toy photography love that you need, you know? So yes, please, that would be amazing if you subscribed. You won't regret it, I promise. So one of the things I said in the last Jada Toys videos is that I was excited for the Fruity Pebbles guys. And apparently that made a lot of people think I didn't know who the Flintstones were because I referred to them as the Fruity Pebbles guys. I appreciate everybody so much in every comment. Believe it or not, I am actually familiar with the Flintstones. When I'm on camera and I'm recording, sometimes I say the dumbest things. And sometimes I decide to keep them in a video. Sometimes it turns out for the better or for the worse. Okay, here's Tony. Look at him go. He looks great. Wow, I legitimately said that without trying to be punny. But he does look great. He does. From back to front, the stripes, the orange and black stripes are so prominent. They just look really good. Everything is so great looking. I'm really not trying to be goofy with saying great so much. I really am. Good and great, wonderful, all of the above.
Good, great, grand, wonderful. No yelling on the bus!
One thing with Jada that I think, I don't know if it keeps the price down or whatever, sometimes just things don't always look so perfect and immaculate, whether that be stuff coming out of molds. Like sometimes it's just slight things that just don't look perfect, like some seams and some paint aspects here and there and some little, just tiny little things. So I'm probably gonna be the only flaw that I'll see with this figure, which is like here in the elbow, that doesn't look perfect. Some stuff around the face, there's some weird little spots and paint and whatever. And that's very small, but the fact that this figure is so, you know, nicely priced, that's fine. I think that's just one of the things that keeps the price down. whatever that means. But he looks great. And boy, I did not realize how big of a torso Tony has. Does he really have that torso? Is that just, I don't know, he's just a long boy. What a long boy he is. It doesn't look bad, I just didn't realize that. I guess I haven't really looked at a fully formed, standing Tony the Tiger in a while. Maybe that's it. But he looks great. He's got a soft goods, you know, bandana around his neck, which you can take off. That can be untied off. I'm not gonna take it off. I don't really see why, but you can take it off. And you know, he's got some big divots here in the elbows, which do give him the ability to, and they're double jointed. So you know, you can do all that. He's a really freaking cool figure. And he's just so different and awkward. Like, look at those weird little tiny shin calves he's got down there. So small, but he's just got a weird proportions. He's a weird proportional boy, and it's accurate. I love him. I love him so much. I'm really happy. All right, let's get right into Tony's accessories, because he's got a lot of stuff. Starting with a little box of Frosted Flakes. Like, come on. Like, how cool is that? You got the front of the box. You got a QR code on the back there. I will say the image on the box is pretty, not just really low res, but it's really dark. You know, I feel like it's even darker in camera. And, you know, if it was just a little, I don't know, brighter, some of the paint was just stronger on it, I don't really know. It's some kind of printed on there, screen printed, I don't know what the word is, but it's a little dark and not a huge deal, but that is definitely noticeable. I'm sure in camera you can notice, but this is still fantastic and looks like you could probably just stick it right in his hand. Yes, you can. All right, awesome. He comes with a bowl of Frosted Flakes with a spoon full of Frosted Flakes as well. So awesome, so cool. And so the bowl has a little hole on the bottom so you can stick it on one of the hands that it fits in. And there is a specific hand to fit the spoon as well. It actually comes in the box already in the hand. And I took it out just to, I don't know, show it off better. Very, very cool. And the bowl can spin, if you spin it.
Let it rip!
Comes with a basketball. That's cool. Would have been nice if the basketball had like black paint in the lines here. I don't know. That just seems a little, I don't know, but that would have been nice. But it is still cool that it comes with one, and it comes with a little effect. So it can look like it's being spun on him when you put it on his hand. It's got a hole on the bottom here so you can attach it to the hand, which is very nice. We of course have a hand with the peg on it where you can put the bowl on, and then you've got a hand with a peg on the finger so you can put the basketball on, or you could put the bowl of cereal on it too, I suppose, which is cool. And then just a pointer finger so you can jump up and say they're great. You got a thumbs up, that's great. And then this is the hand in which you can put the, you know, I think I put it in the wrong way, but there you go, you've got that. Super awesome. Okay, so articulation on him is pretty good. It's not amazing. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. One thing I think with Jada toys too is sometimes their joints they feel a little bit lower quality. Sometimes, you know, it's not amazing. One thing that I was having problems with is him falling down. It's not crazy. He stands up just fine, but the joints and like the ankles are a little loose. So like if you mess with him a little bit, he might kind of topple forward a little bit, and that's fine. It's not a really big deal, but that's just one thing I think with Jada with keeping their price point low, because they really do a great job with that. As far as arms go, you got more than a T-pose. Awesome. Why does that look cool? Why does that pose look cool? I don't know. He's just so ripped. Those shoulders are jacked. And you've got the double jointed elbows, so you can really move pretty far with that. You can move pretty well with those elbows. And the head does move. You got a little bit up and down. And of course, you can turn it all around. Head movement is great. You've got so much crunch because he's got such a crazy torso. Like, look how far back he can bend. That's crazy. So if you're ever gonna get him to jump up and do like a "they're great" pose, you can really get him to like sprawl all the way out. You know, like that'll be cool. And you know, he's got a little diaper on. It looks like a diaper, does it not? It kind of looks like a pull-ups diaper. That's fine. You got movement in the tail. You know, it can spin around. And you got, you know, those tiny little calves and shins I was talking about. You can move around. Nothing crazy, but you can do it. Like a jumping pose like that's pretty epic. Not gonna lie, that's a pretty epic jump. And you can get him to balance on one foot I did do it. I did achieve it. It's a little bit hard. It might take you a little bit, but you can get him to do it. Or you could also just use a stand and get him to jump, which would be a super cool looking pose, which I probably will do that. Right now, there's probably overlay of him doing that. So cool. With a Mezco stand, as always. Hey! Never mind. Okay, well, let's compare him to some other Jada toys. That's the Ryu. And this is, of course, from the same line, really, Chester Cheetah. Oh yeah. You know what? Chester and Tony both have the same whiskers. Almost exactly the same whiskers. What do you know? I mean, they are both cats. We have cheetahs, tigers, orange. Wow, they really like orange, large cats. So do I. So, I don't know how you would expect him to scale to this, but I guess he kind of scales. And I would say he scales to Chester Cheetah too. You know, that's cool. They work, I guess. It's kind of hard. What are you gonna try and match Tony the Tiger with? I don't know. Well, here's a Nendoroid SpongeBob, which I don't know why I felt the need to compare them. Maybe I'm watching SpongeBob and then a Frosted Flakes commercial comes up. I don't know. Or I'm watching Friday the 13th and a Tony the Tiger commercial comes up. Who knows? And then I also, just for comparison, here's a Black Series Mando. So if you're curious about how it compares to the Hasbro kinds of stuff, Marvel Legends, Black Series, that's how he compares. Pretty cool. Man, Tony the Tiger with the Darksaber, do I have, he doesn't have any holding hands. Dang it. Okay, what are we gonna give him, a W or an L? He's a W. Okay, I know exactly what I want. Okay, yes, I know it's an easy decision that it is a W, but we can talk about it more. But he's a W for sure. I mean, I would love to know what you think. If you think he's an L, let me know, and that's valid that you think it's an L, but you're also wrong at the same time. So, no, I'm kidding. Whatever you think is absolutely valid. I think he's a W because he looks great. He's very reasonably priced, incredibly reasonably priced. He's easily available. I bet you'll be able to find him in the store. You can find Jada Toys stuff in Walmart. I bet you can find him at Walmart. I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, the fact that he's so unique, the colors and paint are really so striking. Like, when I look at his back, it's just like, dang, that looks really good. Looks really good. He moves well. There's a little tiny problems with, his feet are kind of a little wobbly sometimes. There's those little imperfections. Those are small. Soft goods with the bandana, all of the fantastic accessories. Like, these are amazing accessories. He's a W. He's a W. He's a W. I think he's a W, but I'm obviously very curious to know. Never mind, he's an L. Just kidding. I'm sorry. Just kidding. You're not an L. You're a W. Let me know. Okay, wow, I keep trying to change to the next section. Okay, now let me know what you think. Okay, I know exactly what I want to do with this guy for the photo. It's gonna be a really fun one. Wow. Anyway, I know exactly what I want to do with the photo for this, and I can't wait to do it. It's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be cereal packed. The most cereal packed photo I've ever done. So let's go. All right. Here we go. We're back on my counter again. We've got another counter shot. And of course, this is what we had to do. Of course, this is what we had to do. What else was I gonna do? So we've got a box of Frosted Flakes that I picked up the other day, a bowl full of mostly milk right now, and I'm gonna put more Frosted Flakes in there. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna splash some milk and make a cool looking splash and take a shot. That's all I'm gonna do. And I've got a ton of light right now. I need a lot of it because I'm gonna be capturing a moving particle splash moving effect. So I need a fast shutter speed, which requires a lot of light. So I'm basically just gonna drop an ice cube bloop, in there, and then that'll give me the splash. That's what I usually drop to get those kinds of splash. Ice cubes they work. I've done shots like this plenty of times, like with my milk Oreo shot. I've done so many like this, so many, and here we go again. But this was really the perfect thing I was gonna do. I'm using my Mezco stand, of course, to hold them up. I am keeping the Frosted Flakes box just barely in the background, so it's kind of there just to, I don't know. It's kind of satisfying just to have it there, but it's just barely. It's mostly being cut off because I still want to have a mostly dark background to really accentuate the splash that I'm going to get. Hopefully the splash is tall as Tony is. And my shutter speed's at 1,000 right now. It's very fast, so I can get that splash F-stop is at 2.5. I like the blurry background, plus, you know, the faster my shutter speed, the more I bring the f-stop down, it keeps it brighter. And then ISO is at 400, as always. So I'm going to use my remote with one hand, drop the ice in the other hand, take a bunch of shots, and hopefully I get a really cool splash. And like I said, I need mostly milk in there so I can get it more of a splash, just Frosted Flakes, you know? If I can get some flakes flying in the air, that would be cool too. Maybe I'll sprinkle a couple just for funsies. That's pretty much it. So let's go and take this shot. Okay, let's do post-photo breakdown of Tony the Tiger. I'm very happy with this photo. I think it looks pretty good. Lots of splashies. It's nice and crispy. We got flakes flying over the place. We've got Tony grating it up. It's kind of exactly what I wanted to do. So this is also a combination of several photos, and I actually did a lot of work in Photoshop in this to make it look what I think is good. This is kind of like the canvas that I use, the main canvas, and so I did put these splashes on here. This was the biggest kind of splash that I added in, and then I did use this one as well because I liked some of the big splashy milk bubbles over here. Then of course I grabbed this giant like milk monster coming out of the bowl because I thought that was very cool. And then I did also take another photo of me dropping some flakes in there too, so it's not just milk everywhere, we got flakes and milk. So I basically just took this splash, copied it, pasted it right here, and then, you know, I just erased little bits here to make it all fit. But the main thing I did do, and I did this also with my Ryu Hadouken Shoryuken can punching, is I went and I erased all of this extra stuff. So you see all these tiny little splashes all over the place here. It's too much, really, in my opinion. So this is not. I just have the main big splashies, and it looks much better in my opinion. I literally just went in and I erased every little piece that I didn't want. It just makes it easier to look at, and that's really my whole goal. Like this one, there's all kinds of little splashies. Tony's stand was nice and easy. I just used the generative fill tool to get rid of that. Let me know what you think. Did I do too much Photoshop? I don't think so. I think it's perfect. It's all practical in camera with a little bit of help from Photoshop to bring it all together. Let's roll the end of the video. Jada Toys absolutely kills it again with Tony the Tiger, with just like the ultimate nostalgia trip as well as just a great action figure. I can't wait to fill up a whole collection of these mascots like this. But if you did enjoy the video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. Of course, this photo will be posted up onto Instagram and TikTok and Facebook, all of that stuff. If you want to follow me on any of those platforms, it's all linked in the video description below at Sirdork. And of course, thank you so much for watching and getting this far into the video, and I really hope to see you in the next one.